What's up everybody, and welcome to today's Tableau walkthrough. In this video, we'll talk about the creation of sets. Sets are nice things to have because they give you a subset of data. A set can compare or ask questions about that subset of data, and sets are custom fields that define a subset of data based on specific conditions. They're very similar to filters, but they might have a little bit more flexibility. You can make sets dynamic and interactive by using set actions, which we'll discuss in a later video. And sets have the ability to be dynamic or fixed sets. We'll talk about the differences between the two in this particular video. So let's get started. There's two things we need to do before getting started. The first thing is open Tableau. So open your Tableau application. The second thing you need to do is connect your particular data source. Today we're going to be using the sample superstore data source. So to get to that data source, you navigate to the connect panel, scroll down to save data sources. Then you'll click sample superstore. So once you've connected your data source, you should have a worksheet that looks similar to this. But before we start to creating any dynamic sets, we need to first create a visualization. And the visualization that we're going to create today is a bar chart of subcategory and sales. So to do this, we're going to navigate to the data pane. We're going to click and drag subcategory to the rows shelf. And we're going to click and drag sales to the column shelf. Now you should have a bar chart that looks similar to this, and now we can start the creation of our sets. To create a set, you need to navigate to the data pane, scroll down to the dimension or measure that you want to create the set on. And typically it has to be a dimension because when we talk about sets, we're talking about categorical data. And the dimension that we're going to use today is the category dimension. So we right click the category dimension, click create. Then you see right under group, there is set. And there's three different options of creating a set. There's the general, there's the condition, and then there's the top. We're going to talk about these three separately, but first we're going to go into the general, which is the default. And what we want to do is create a set on the technology category. So I'm going to name this set tech set, and I'm going to highlight technology. And so this is going to be my first set and my general set. And now you'll see tech set right here with that symbol next to it that identifies it as a set. And now we're going to move on the second type of set. The next dynamic set we're going to look into is a conditional set. And so similar to the general set, we're going to do a conditional set specifically on subcategory. We're going to click the down arrow this time, then click create, click set, and then we're going to go to conditional. Let's say we want to look at the categories that are above 100K. So let's say we're going to name this subcategory set with sales greater than 100K. So 100K plus. Then we're going to click by field. We're going to say the sum of sales. This equal sign, we're going to change that to greater than or equal to, but you also have not equal to, less than or equal to, strictly greater than, and then greater than or equal to, which is the one that we're going to use. And we're going to type in 100,000. So make sure that you put the proper amount of zeros, which should be 5. You click OK. And now you have a subcategory set with sum of cells greater than 0. The next thing that we're going to look into, and the final dynamic set, is the top set. So to create a top set, you do something very similar. I'm going to click on subcategory. We'll right click on subcategory, and then you'll see a pop-up menu, and you scroll down to the set, and you'll click top. So under there, you'll see general, conditional, and the one that you want to select is top. And this limits a number of members to include in the set. So this gives you the top n or the top bottom n values in a particular set. But in this particular case, we're going to do top. And let's say we want top 5 categories. So let's say this is subcategory set top 5. And we'll click OK. And now we have the creation of 3 different sets. So now you may be asking yourself, how do you actually use these sets to make our data visualization more interactive? So first, let's look at the text set. So when you're using a set, you can use the set in a filter. And let's say we want to look at all the values that are in the text set, or even highlight the values that are in a text set. You would scroll here, you would put that into color, and now you see all the values that are in the set are highlighted in blue, and out of the set are gray. So we have accessories, copiers, machines, and phones that are all considered in that text set. The next thing you want to do is, like, let's say we want to see the values that are above 100K, have sales above 100K. So let me undo by pressing Control Z or Command Z. So now let's look at our second set, which is our conditional set. We're going to look at the subcategories that have sales above 100K. And to do that, we need to drag that into the color category under the marks card. We drag that, and now we see that these are the values are 100K. And we can make this look a little bit better by ordering it. And the way that you can order these bar charts, and specifically, let's say we want the top values, the highest values of sales at the top, we will go to the toolbar and we'll click on this particular icon. And this is ordering the values in descending order based on the sales. So I'm going to click on this icon, and now we see that these are the values that have earned more than 100K in sales, and these are the subcategories that have earned more than 100K in these sales, and these are the ones that haven't earned over 100K. The final thing, which is our set that was created based on the top N values, is, let's drag this in and out subset of 100K. Now let's look at our top set. The set that we created that was top was the subcategory set top 5. So this is going to give us the top 5 values based on sales. And to do that, we're going to drag the subcategory set top 5 into the color under marks card. Drag that in there, and then we're going to do the same ordering technique that we did before by clicking this icon, sort of descending by sum. And now we have the top 5 values based on subcategory and sales. So we can see that the top 5 are chairs, phones, storage, table, and binders. One other thing that you can do with the set is filter on a set. Now let's just keep the filter on the top 5. Let's say we want just the top to see the top 5 values. If we drag this into the filter, it will automatically just filter the values that are in the set. Now you have the ability to create and use sets in Tableau. So thank you for watching. I am going to name this before heading out today. Let's name this set. And like I said before, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.